Pittsburgh Steelers tight end Pat Freiermuth addressed playing with another new quarterback during the 2025 NFL season. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a franchise known for continuity. They have had just 3 coaches in 56 years. But the Steelers have had anything but continuity behind center in recent seasons. In fact, tight end Pat Freiermuth is entering his 5th season with the team, and in all 5 of those seasons, a different quarterback has started in Week 1 for Pittsburgh. Freiermuth admitted that's been difficult. But the veteran also sees the bigger picture for the franchise. It's tough, but obviously, we're looking for whoever can help us compete and win a Super Bowl, Freiermuth said, via the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's YouTube channel. So, I embrace the challenge. It's difficult, but I feel like it means well for tight ends, just because we're running certain routes. Most tight ends are running similar routes and stuff like that, so yeah, it's fine. I'm excited for the opportunity. Freiermuth's opportunities this season will come with Aaron Rodgers behind center. Last season, with Justin Fields and Russell Wilson throwing him passes, Freiermuth posted 65 catches for 653 yards and 7 touchdowns. Rodgers better equipped to use skill set of Pat Freiermuth? Freiermuth led the Steelers in receptions and touchdowns. His 7 scores also matched a career high that he reached during Ben Roethlisberger's final season in 2021. Furthermore, the tight end's receiving yardage was second on the team behind only George Pickens. Those are strong numbers in an offense that featured a run-first mentality. But even with Wilson and Fields, quarterbacks who are more talented and experienced than Kenny Pickett, the Steelers often failed to utilize the middle of the field in their passing game. It's been an ongoing issue with the organization since Roethlisberger's retirement. Head coach Mike Tomlin has often suggested to reporters more interceptions happen on throws over the middle of the field. So, the Steelers' passing game hasn't attacked that area since the future Hall of Fame quarterback left. But there's also great reward over the middle for the Steelers with Freiermuth. With Rodgers, the hope has to be the team's passing game is less conservative. If that's the case, Freiermuth has a chance to post some of the best statistics of his career. Steelers QB turnover since Freiermuth joined the team. Pittsburgh's lack of continuity behind center isn't sustainable and helps explain why the team hasn't won a playoff game in 8 years. Teams that go 5-year stretches with 5 different quarterbacks in Week 1 aren't going to be winning a lot. Roethlisberger, Pickett, Fields, and Mitch Trubisky have started in Week 1 the past 4 years. None of those quarterbacks are on the 2025 Pittsburgh roster. But quarterback is hardly the only offensive position where the Steelers have experienced massive turnover. Freiermuth is the only Pittsburgh offensive player remaining from the Roethlisberger era. While the end of the quarterback's career feels like a long time ago, it really wasn't. For a team to only have one player on offense last longer than his first contract is a huge indicator that the entire offense, not just quarterback, is constantly changing. Nothing going to change about the constant changes for Pittsburgh's offense either, at least not in the short term. Rodgers is expected to start Week 1 in 2025, and he's only signed to a 1-year deal. Dave Holcomb is a sports reporter covering the NFL and MLB for Heavy.com, with a focus on the Pittsburgh Steelers, Philadelphia Eagles, and Detroit Lions. Originally from Pittsburgh, Holcomb has covered college and professional sports for outlets including Fansided, RotoWire, and Yardbarker. The Steelers decided they didn't need RB Najee Harris, but Chargers OC Greg Roman sounds like can't live without him. The veteran playcaller spoke to the media recently and had glowing praise for his new running back. Having observed him previously in the AFC North, he is happy to be the one designing plays for him now. "I'm kind of blown away," Roman said of Harris via the Chargers YouTube channel. "Just his positive energy he brings, and then watching him move on the field. His suddenness for a guy that big to be able to get in and out of things as quick as he does. I've watched him from afar and been like, man, he's a darn good player. But seeing him up close and personal and getting to know him, really excited to have him. He's been kind of blowing me away in every sense." The Steelers selected Najee Harris in the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft, and he found moderate success in Pittsburgh. While he rushed for at least 1,000 yards each season, his game typically lacked efficiency and explosiveness. Even with 17 explosive runs since 2023, he only had 2 of 30-plus yards with a long of 36. Now it's up to the Chargers and Greg Roman to figure out how to get more out of Najee Harris. Even the contract they signed him to, though, indicates uncertainty in that regard. On just a one-year term, he can earn up to $9.25 million, or as little as $5.25. That's based on incentives, and if he were to hit none, he would earn less than the Steelers are paying for Jaylen Warren. Over 4 years, Najee Harris rushed for 4,312 yards in a Steelers uniform with 28 rushing touchdowns. He also recorded 1,149 receiving yards with 6 more touchdowns. In 2024, he recorded just 6 total touchdowns, however. For his career, he averages 3.9 yards per carry. Although Harris possesses some inviting traits, including some short area quickness that Chargers OC Greg Roman mentions, he never had long speed. He might be able to work his way to the second level, but rarely further. It is possible that the Chargers can build a stronger rushing offense in which Harris can thrive, however. As a team, they had some progress last year, though they still have some work to do. The contract they signed Harris to obviously indicates they're not sold on him but are intrigued enough to give him a look. Early signs for him, however, are obviously good. It's never a bad thing to earn glowing praise, even if your offensive coordinator has to say nice things about you. Even when the Chargers first signed Najee Harris, however, many Steelers fans agreed that he fit there. So far, he is, and given his style, that certainly won't change with pads on in training camp. The Steelers will host Najee Harris and the Chargers in primetime on Sunday, November 9th in Week 10. We'll see how much he has impressed Greg Roman by then. Despite trading for DK Metcalf this offseason, the Pittsburgh Steelers are still in dire need of a true WR2 and could target wide receiver Nelson Agholor. Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports believes the Steelers will sign another weapon for Aaron Rodgers' offense before the preseason starts. He put together a list of available free agents, and interestingly, Agholor is one of the top candidates to fill the hole for the receiver depth chart. While they need a solid WR2, it's easy to see why Agholor could be a fit for the Steelers' offense, since he'll be a low-risk, mild-reward type of deal. He's not going to be the long-term insurance for the Steelers, but he could be a solid pass catcher behind at least Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin. There are a lot of rumors that Austin might be the WR2 for the Steelers, and maybe they might not need a wide receiver, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Agholor isn't the same prime-time wideout anymore, and he isn't going to change a roster's pass game drastically. However, he does provide some type of threat down the stretch, and his versatility could be a value. Originally selected in the first round of the 2015 NFL Draft, the former Super Bowl champion could be enough to earn a one-year contract to help stabilize the receiver group that consists of Robert Woods, Scotty Miller, Austin, and Wilson. Chargers, Saints could steal potential Steelers free agent target Nelson Agholor. More weapons for Herbert. While the Los Angeles Chargers are looking for a difference maker in this unproven wide receiver unit, they wouldn't lose anything if they sign Agholor. Between Quentin Johnston, Mike Williams, and Trey Harris, 2024 draft pick Ladd McConkey is the only set of reliable hands in this roster after having an impressive rookie season. He shows a lot of promise, but the biggest question will be whether he can replicate that into this upcoming campaign. Harris is untested and Williams is washed up, so Herbert needs some type of new life, and it wouldn't hurt to stack up one more weapon to enhance the pass game. Even though Johnston is still entering the third year of his NFL career, the clock will likely be ticking for him to make an impact. Despite signing Tyler Conklin to salvage the aerial attack, they need to add some power to the receiver unit, too. Agholor won't be a dynamic player for Jim Harbaugh's offense, but he should provide some insurance and be another body for Herbert to continue throwing it down the field. Bolstering New Orleans. Meanwhile, just because the Saints have an inadequate quarterback room, it doesn't mean they can't keep upgrading the receiver department. General manager Mickey Loomis refuses to rebuild, so this means the team signing Agholor to a potential deal makes sense. This is why they got Brandon Cooks back this offseason. They want to stack veterans in the back end of the depth chart to help Tyler Shaw or Spencer Rattler have experienced playmakers. This isn't to say they'll take the jobs of Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave, but Agholor could be a solid WR4 behind Cooks to be a capable slot receiver.